Played very well after the delay. How do you feel, or how were you feeling out there?
Great. Yeah, I mean, I had such a crappy third shot on 11. It was not an ideal shot to come back to after a long weather delay. And then when we were walking out from the van, I told my caddy, I said, should I try to like chip this? Because like the rain matted down the sand. It was kind of a tight lie, so you can get, and I'm placing it, so I can get like a clean little punch on it. I was like, but I don't want to do that because I didn't practice that, in the restart kind of the warm-up session. Like I was just hitting blasts, like 60-yard blast. I was like, I'd feel more comfortable if I at least tried to chip one out of a bunker, and I didn't, but it felt like the right play, and I went with it anyway and hit it to about 50 feet.
Sorry, I meant you played very well the holes after that. How are you feeling?
Sorry. Well, there's some context for it. Once that bogey kind of hit me, I just tried to just fight back. I kind of went with the attitude I had nothing to lose, and now I'm trying to catch Rory, and I can't really control what he does, but I can control what I do, and I just started committing to my shots and my swing and trusting it more, because it's easy to kind of, when I'm hunting, like it's easier to kind of like let it go, whereas like starting the round I was a little tentative, a little scared and stuff, so I think it put me in a pretty comfortable spot to kind of finish off the round.
Were you aware that he was 3 strokes up, and if so,
yeah,
what was your mindset?
Yeah, I bogeyed 11 to get to 10, to go down to 10, and he was at 13. So I was like, but at the same time, like, anything can happen on this final stretch. Like, he can go eagle, birdie, birdie, or... 6. Exactly, like, I don't want to say that, but anything can happen, so I kind of had to just keep plodding. The drive on 14 really kind of gave me a little pep in my step, because I didn't drive it well on the front 9, so it was nice to see and feel a good tee shot that I was able to run with for the rest of the 9.
JJ, you said that was the most pressure that you've played under. What do you think you showed yourself?
Yeah, I showed myself that, I don't have to shy away from the moment. I think in the past I've done that, just kind of been afraid of being in that spotlight, being in that pressure, being worried about failure. But it's hard to win, and you have to fail multiple times in order to win. So that's kind of what I've learned, throughout my career, and it paid off today.
I'm sure you don't want to do moral victories, but do you feel like you've won something by showing yourself that?
Totally.
How'd you spend the 4-hour delay?
I hung out with Chuck, Charlie Hoffman, in the performance center thing, and it was actually funny. There's this chair called the shift wave. I think that's what it's called. It's like this vibrating, it's not a massage chair, but it's got this like these little magnets all over that vibrate to like a kind of like a track. You can select specific tracks, and you put like this headset on and like an eye mask, and he's like, dude, you need to try this. It was like a 10-minute session. I sat down and it was like telling me to like breathe in positivity and like, and it was like, when you arise from this, you're going to feel like you're ready to take on the day. And maybe that's what I needed.
Are you going to ride it tomorrow or sit in it tomorrow?
Maybe I should. It's a little intense. You feel like you're in like a rocket ship taking off. It's pretty crazy, especially with the eye blackout stuff. Yeah.
What do you think in general of a 3-hole playoff? Do you have a strategy in mind for tomorrow?
No, I didn't even know it was a 3-hole playoff. I thought we were just going to go straight to 17 like tonight. And Gary Young told me, he's like, no, you're coming back in the morning. So I think it's the same thing as it's not the same thing as playoff sudden death. Yeah, you kind of have to have some strategy. You kind of have to play off of how he's playing too, I think. And I'm really giving it too much thought, but I just know those 3 holes anything can happen.
JJ, you said you've got nothing to lose at this point. Do you think that all the pressure tomorrow is going to be on Rory?
I would think so. I mean, everyone expects him to win. I don't think a lot of people expect me to win. I expect myself to win. So that's all I care about.
Is that a positive place for you to be in, you think?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I like having the opportunity to play. I like having the chance to win, and I like being in the spotlight now, and I proved it to myself, coming down the stretch, playing those holes, that, tomorrow, like, it could go my way. Maybe I am the one that everyone thinks should win, so if so, that'd be great.
What did your wife say to you either last night or sometime this morning before you played?
She's like, "Are you going to make your flight tonight?" I was like, "I don't think so." I was like, "Well, maybe." But then the delay happened, or I saw the forecast and I said, no chance. But then I had one for tomorrow morning as well at like 7 a.m. direct shot to Phoenix, but that ain't happening. So I gotta figure it out. Good problem to have, I guess.
Do you feel like the delay maybe helped reset you a little bit? I mean, you played really well after it.
Yeah, sure. I definitely had a little reset, got some food, kind of collected myself. But it did feel like I was going through like the night before today again, where you're just like anxious. You're like, "Oh my God, let's go. Like, when are we going to play?" And then that's the other thing. You don't know when you're going to play. Are we going to play today? Are we going to play tomorrow? Or, we're going to play Tuesday? I don't know. So there's a lot of uncertainty, but that doesn't help the anxiety. But it definitely felt like a mini kind of night before, the final round, leading going into the final round. So, but yeah, the shift wave chair helped.
Thank you, JJ.
Sponsor me.